Okay, folks, this is Duke with Marion County Hardball, and we're at a little different location than our normal studio. We're at the Zombie Ice Cream restaurant here in Jasper on Betsy Pike. Love the decorations here. Many of you know I do Tennessee Macaw. I had a fantastic pimento cheeseburger and French fries. What'd y'all have?
Burger and fries.
I had a double cheeseburger and fries, and it was great.
Oh, so good, wasn't it?
Everybody ought to come here and eat.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And they're making us ice cream right now for dessert. We're going to have some ice cream while we do the interview. I want to make it known that Rurik has paid for his ice cream. They offered us free ice cream, but Rurik, because of his position, can't accept anything free. And you guys paid as well.
We paid for ours too.
Because you're running, which leaves me as the only bum. But somehow I'm okay with that because there's free ice cream. But folks, come down here and try their ice cream, try their meals, or the burgers are to die for. We also want to mention South Pittsburgh Storage. Store your stuff at South Pittsburgh Storage. Retro Pixel Gaming is one of our advertisers. They're located in the ACUP building, and they have retro game consoles and retro games. So check those folks out if you're into gaming. And also Sasquatch Farms provided us with our first camera and microphone and equipment. And Jordan Roofing. I have to get a little help because I can't keep it all in my mind.
I know.
Yeah. Jordan Roofing, if you need a roof, call it. A lot of folks do with the weather we've been having. Call Jordan Roofing. They can help you out. I also want to go ahead and let everyone know, as always, anyone who's running for office and wants to come on can certainly do so, regardless of your party affiliation, or even if you don't have any party affiliation. We want to have you on. We want to interview you. Same goes for elected officials that are in office. You're always welcome. And
What's the gaming store?
the gaming store is Retro Pixel Gaming.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Retro Pixel Gaming. And with that, oh yes, don't want to forget, buy me a cup of coffee. Go to the top of the Facebook page, and there's a link there, and just buy me a cup of coffee if you want to support the show. Okay, I am going to let Rurik do the introductions as usual.
Okay, well, we have Tim Brooks here tonight. He's running for mayor, and
Hello, guys.
as usual, we'll go through the same intro. Why don't you give us a little bit for people that haven't watched our show before? Why don't you give us a little background about you and why you're running and all that good stuff?
My name's Tim Brooks. I'm running for mayor of Marion County. Very excited to be doing so. This was actually supposed to be a round table or a debate tonight. I called people out on my own porch talks, talked to Ruik and Duke beforehand, and they were okay with me calling everybody out, so I did. So let me introduce what happened. My name's Tim Brooks. I'm here. I'm transparent. I made these up where everybody would know. David Jackson, no action Jackson. No show. Travis Lane. We'll go ahead and call him No Show Lane. Daniel Carter. Still no show. Not even a call. Ben Shackles. He wanted to do the show, could not make it. Can't help that. But he did tell us he couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Patrick Childs. He's like a mouse, he's very quiet. And you'll notice everybody gives me faces, and that's fine too. I take everybody's criticism, good or bad, and I always tell you thank you. No matter what you put on my page, no matter how you look at it. I'm appreciative of everything y'all say. I want your support is what I want.
Make sure you give a little bit of an intro just about your background for the new people.
Okay. And before you give that intro, I think we ought to go ahead and sit down because when they bring my ice cream, I'm eating.
Okay.
I just, Business is business, but ice cream's important.
You got it. I believe in eating too. I'm a fat boy.
Say something about not being live tonight.
You tell them we're not live.
We're live.
Oh, we are live.
No, we're not live. I'm sorry. We're not live. We're pre-recorded. I meant that the camera was rolling.
I got you.
For some reason, Facebook is not giving us the option to go live tonight. I don't know why. But this is what we're doing.
So you can edit this part out. You shut it down. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I can shut it down.
Yeah.
I can. Well, I can. Yeah, that'd be simple. Okay, we're ready.
Part of my intro, I want you to know, I have 25 years experience in government. I have got with the city of Chattanooga at a very young age. I started when I was 26 years old. Now I'm almost 52. So I'm almost to my 26th year. But in those times, I've worked with two mayors, Ron Littlefield and Bob Corker. I worked closely with both of them. I worked on budgets for multiple departments. In the last 25, 26 years, we have grown by a ton in Chattanooga. So I've seen the infrastructure that has to be fixed, that has to be improved upon. And that's what Marion County's fixing to run into. You know, we're gonna have 4,000 to 6,000 people moving here in the next 4 to 6 years. We have got to be smart about this. We've got to have our infrastructure ready. Not only for us, but for our kids and our kids' kids. If we don't get started on it, it will cost us twice as much when everybody gets here. We need to put standards for developers coming in. Standards for our roads that they're building. We need to have standards for houses that are being built. I'm not saying zoning, I'm not saying anything like that. Standards. And that's what I'm about. Infrastructure. Schools are greatly important. From elementary, middle school, and high school. Trade schools, important. We need to bring more of them in. Yes, we have a few here now. Chattanooga State will offer more if we asked. No one's asked. And I'm here, I'm gonna ask the hard questions.
Real quick, I think to the two topics for tonight that I'm also interested in talking to you about would be tax freeze, what your thoughts were. That was a motion that actually we got through, and we are now offering for people that might be at a different threshold on income, where we're able to help them, which I think is fantastic that we actually got it passed. So the tax freeze would be one, and then I'd like to get your opinion as far as the budget, the county budget is concerned. You know, what do you have to say about it? And so those are the two questions I have, and I know Duke will have a question for you as well. But go ahead.
Okay. Let's start off with the budget.
Sure.
I've seen it. There's a lot of things in there that are right. Two things that I'm going to point out. Tag and title office. $500,000 extra put into it for what? I mean, that's misappropriation of funds. $1 million to into the police department. Sheriff's Department, Police Department. It's that same thing. But here's the thing. Why do they need $1 million extra put in their budget? I mean, no explanation in there. Just, you compare last year's to this year, $1 million there. Something not right there. And there were numerous things like that. Those were the two big ones that stuck out in my head.
So the county clerk's office was one.
Yes.
And the
sheriff's tag and title office.
Okay.
Clerks. I just want to make sure we.
Okay, and then the sheriff's department. They're the two areas that you've seen issues with.
Yeah, there was more than that, but that's top of my head. That's the two big ones that come to mind.
Okay.
I don't know what David's doing. I mean, the questions need to be asked. The audit from 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 all showed misappropriations of funds until they balanced it and moved money around. That's not how it's supposed to be. If you did that with your checkbook, would that work out? No, it wouldn't. checks and balances have to be there, and they're not. We are spending money willy-nilly, and when you get audited and nobody questions it, that's a problem.
What's your thoughts referencing the budget of the mayor's expenditures?
He gets too much. I mean, that's my opinion, and I'm running for mayor. I mean, I think his salary is competitive with other counties in Tennessee, and that's why he has to make that much, even in Marion
You're saying
County.
for his income.
Right.
Now, as for his operational costs for his office.
Right. Well, you asked about his income. Did you say income?
I'm sorry.
Did you say the mayor's income?
No,
Oh, I thought you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I misunderstood your
No, because
question.
that's by the state. We
Right,
don't have an input on
Okay,
that.
I thought you were talking about his
Yeah,
income.
no, I'm talking about his office.
That's done by.
I'm sorry. Apologize, I wasn't clear.
His office, that's one of the departments, if you look at the audits, that was very marginally messed up every year. It was not, that one was not huge off, if I read it right. And I looked at the audits over the past 5 years. And even the comptroller that came in and did it said, there's not enough there to say he was doing anything wrong, but there are questionables that people need to be asked. And no one questioned it. If no one questions it, then everybody thinks, oh, it's perfect. It's
So
not.
that sort of brings us to another point. Would you care to talk about transparency in government?
You're funny you say that. I was looking at Travis's page today. He said what he was going to do in the first 90 days. I have been in government for 25, 26 years now. I have never heard of government transparency. I wish someone would give me a definition of that. I know what transparency is. You know, it's being open and honest with everybody. But what's government transparency? I've never heard of it. So that's a new word on me.
Richard Millhouse next.
But being honest, I mean, that's new.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got, as I said before, I've got lots of experience in government. I've never heard those words put together. Transparency, heard it all the time. But, you know, and I've also heard other people say they're going to make the people of Marion County a CEO of Marion County. You can't have a CEO of a county. That's not how it works. Everybody can have input to everything. But the final decision is going to come between the mayor and the commissioners. That's all it's going to be. And the commissioners make a decision on usually what the mayor recommends. And everybody has to be working hand in hand together.
Excuse me just a moment. Guys, don't worry about the noise. We're here. We want it to be in a restaurant. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Continue.
But as far as government transparency, never heard of it. Not even act like I have.
Okay.
Maybe just to make it so that his audience could understand what he was referring to, you know, about the government being more transparent. You think that's where he was going with that?
I don't know where he was going with it. I mean, I've been in the government 25, almost 26 years now. I've never heard of government transparency. I've heard of transparency, but the two don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Maybe AI put that out for me.
What are your feelings? Let's rephrase it quick. What are your feelings about transparency?
I think it's a great thing. I think we ought to have town halls. I think we ought to have public meetings where everybody knows when they are. It can be hung on a telephone pole if we want them to, or it can be online. I'm up to talking to everybody. I mean, I talk to y'all all the time. I talk to people on Facebook all the time, Instagram, all of it. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Come over here. You got to show this ice cream off.
Yeah, we want to show off this ice cream here. I'm fixing to eat that while I interview you. And thank you. And if you guys are wanting, it's hot out there. If you guys are wanting some ice cream, come on down to.
And they're super friendly here also.
They are super friendly.
Super friendly.
My goodness. Okay, continue.
You know, your first 90 days are very important, and I've already announced, and I announced it back in December. When my first 2 weeks, I'm going to go around to departments in Marion County departments, and I'm going to spend time with Public Works. I don't care if I'm driving a truck, because I've got my CDL, Class A's. I can drive a truck. I'm going to be in each and every office that I am part of, and seeing what goes on, seeing what we can fix, see what needs to happen. And I'm not saying anything's broke. I don't know. I haven't been to that office yet. But I want to talk to my people that work for Marion County. That's important.
Let me ask you, as far as the tax freeze and trying to, that ice cream does look pretty good.
It does.
Really good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, trying to make it so that those that are most vulnerable, as you know, we did manage to pass a tax freeze for folks at a certain income level. I'm hoping that maybe we can build on that and do more to make it so people can afford to stay here. But what's your thoughts on the tax freeze, and what would you like to see?
I was actually yesterday, I was in a room with David Jackson. He was doing a speech talking about it. And, he used the state aid. It's a great program. Marion County, from what I understand, is matching whatever the state does, which that's other taxpayers paying their neighbors, which is a great thing. It's a helping hand. How long can Marion County afford to do that? I mean, there's lots of questions there. I do not know the answer to that. We're growing. Yes, there's going to be influxes of money. At what age does that start at?
Don't quote me on this. I believe it's 65.
Okay, I mean,
or 62. I don't remember exactly which one it.
So we're talking about our senior citizens.
Yeah.
We're not talking about a 25-year-old.
Well, I think it was also for veterans and those that.
And that's different too. I mean, but it's not for a 25-year-old child or kid.
No.
Because we're all
for a willing, able, working body. It's not there as a handout. So,
I mean, if you're a veteran, all for it.
Yeah.
If you're elderly, you're living on Social Security, you deserve it. But if you're a kid and you've got a job, I'm still working. I'm 51 years old. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm not asking for someone to pay my bills for me. I would like to find ways of lowering our bills around here. But as far as handouts or tax breaks, I think they're great for our elderly and our veterans.
Let me ask a question. I'm just going to throw this out here. It's interesting that you bring up 25-year-old and property taxes. And there are probably exceptions to this. But a big problem we have here is that a 25-year-old starting out with an entry-level job cannot even begin to afford housing in Marion County.
No, you can't anymore. And that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Used to, you were able to do that.
Yeah, and that is an existential problem.
It is.
In Marion County.
And
any ideas?
I have a few ideas, and my ideas are we're going to bring more industry too, and that is part of the mayor's job, to bring industry here. Good paying jobs. I mean, I don't know if y'all have seen it on my talks and on my page, I have put a methane plant. It's for TVA to buy our energy. I mean, it's got some kickback, but it's also got a lot of things good about it.
Yeah.
It would lower our electric bills around here, and I know TVA is great. I'm not saying they're not. But if I can make power and I can lower everybody's electric bill, that helps. That plant by itself, employees at it would make between $50,000 to $65,000 a year. That's entry level.
So you're referring to a
methane plant,
anaerobic digester, the one that's near Moccasin Bend?
Right.
Actually, that is great, but I guess the only bad thing is that they need to really confine that, because I know sometimes you get that odor.
Here's your next thing.
Okay.
I want to build a sewer plant.
Okay.
Marion County, yes, we have small plants. We need a plant that is good for all over Marion County, that can handle Marion County, just like Hamilton County has, just like Knoxville's got, Nashville's got. If we had one for Marion County That would create roughly about 200 to 250 jobs by itself. That would also give us all the gas we need for methane. I mean, year round. Electric bills would come down, 2 to 250 jobs. And the good thing about it, Marion County would own the plant. Okay? Now, being the plant owner makes it where everybody that worked there would have government benefits, which is very nice. Those jobs usually start out at the plants roughly about 50 to 65 to 70,000, depending on where you start off at.
Would that plant have to be concentrated outside of us, obviously one of our cities, right?
It'd be one of the cities, yes.
No, it'd be outside of one.
Outside of one of the cities.
So they would, pretty much from a city perspective, they would, you would.
What we could do is, like, I'm going to use this for an example. Jasper has its own plant. It's a small plant just to handle Jasper's sewage. Mm-hmm. What we do is take a pipe it directly to the big one.
Gotcha.
I mean, it makes sense. That's where we'd have the methane gas.
We do have a contributor, Mr. Blevins, Joey Blevins. He said, what kind of requirements, and it's going off your topics, but what kind of requirements is needed to appoint someone to the planning commission?
I will not be part of the planning commission. As mayor, you should not be part of the planning commission. That's a two-edged sword. That is my feelings. Obviously, David Jackson's got his other feelings, and he's a part of it. My contribution to it would be, I don't think that's right.
Yeah. So you would be making sure you have expertise. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's primarily.
I want people to have a say-so in it.
Yeah.
I want people to be there to plan it. And I'm sure I'm going to look at it. I'm not totally to it.
Sure.
But do I want to control it? No, sir. I would rather appoint or have outside people to do that. It's sort of like legal counsel. I'm going to get outside legal counsel. I don't think the way Marion County does it right now is correct on that either.
Why don't we talk a little bit more? What would be some of your ideas for having counsel? And right now, as you know, the mayor, that's your decision. The commission has no involvement as far as confirmation of legal counsel. So really, the county mayor is county council is really the attorney for the county mayor,
Right.
as I see.
Right, you're correct.
Yeah. So.
And I mean, I want to put it out for bid, of course, to be fair to everybody. I would like to get, counsel from maybe Nashville, want to vote or bid on it. Chattanooga maybe. Mm-hmm. But we need outside sources for this.
Okay.
I mean, I want to be fair about everything. I want people to know that that's transparency. Hiding behind council people or a judge or anything else around, I don't think that's right. If I have outside counsel for Marion County, that makes it fair.
What would be your policy if somebody like Duke wanted to go down and find a record or something? Would you require FOIA requests for just about everything related? If a citizen wanted information, would you require a FOIA request for every single request for information?
The only thing I'm going to tell you about that, and I think it's a state law. It's called the Sunshine Law. Everything's open book. Now, if you're one of those, I'm not saying Duke is one of these. I'm just saying I'm using him as an example because he's sitting here. If you're one of those that come down on a daily basis and want me to print this out for you, I would say we need to charge for it. A nickel per page, a dime per page or something. Sure. So that way it's not on the taxpayer for you to get something every day. But as far as coming down and wanting to see an open record, I don't have a problem with that at all. That's called Sunshine Law. I have what I would call an open door policy.
Let me ask you this. We have, again, another question, which these are questions that I actually would also have.
Okay.
From Mr. Blevins. How would you choose which county commissioners would be on which committees that you're in charge of. So, because, you know, obviously there's if I remember correctly, it's standing committees. So those are ones that you decide which commissioners go on that committee, and then when you make those recommendations, then it comes back to the full commission, and then we confirm that.
Just to be honest with you, I'd like to get to know all of them.
Sure. So
I mean, your first 90 days, that's going to be a thing. I'm going to get to know every one of them. Whether it's, you know, we go sit down, we have lunch together, or it's I meet you in your office, or you meet me in my office.
Sure. So you want to know,
I want to know
what their past experiences are.
Right. And I want to know what they're passionate about.
Sure.
I mean, the planning commission.
And what their expertise has been in their past.
Right.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is if someone wants to be on the planning commission, why do you want to be on the planning commission? What do you know about it?
Sure.
What do you know about infrastructure? That's important. And that's just one of the committees. I don't know how many committees y'all have, but I'm sure there's quite a few.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
So I'd have to go through and how many people are on each committee? 5, 10?
Well, it's usually one person from each district.
Right.
So
So everybody doesn't want to be on the same committee, I'm sure.
No.
Each commissioner would be there way too long every day.
Well, the big ones are obviously the being on the regional planning is a big deal, and of course the finance, being on the finance committee, they're kind of very hot. You know, a lot of sauce is made there. You know, and the park board, I think there's that's not a bad committee. The rest of them, they're all very important. I'm only used to the sanitation, animal control, that type one, so I don't know if they back up.
We ought to have like a parks and playground committee.
A what?
Parks and playground.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would like to start a parks and playgrounds for Marion County, where our children can go somewhere and play. Parents can go there and talk to each other and have fun, enjoy their children.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like there's a park in Dunlap we were at last weekend, and
Splash pad.
yeah, the splash pad.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome.
It is awesome.
We sat there and watched kids play it. It was great. I think we ought to have something like that in Marion County.
I think another great question is, and actually this has been brought up before, do you consider the commissioner, or county commissioner, as an employee to the county?
Yes. They're an asset to the county.
What's that?
I think they're an asset.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to checks and balances. It makes it where the mayor's not making all the decisions, and I'm having to talk to other people, and we vote on them.
Yeah.
That's checks and balances. It's sort of like the budget. You got to have checks and
Well,
balances.
the one thing that I'll never be here to disagree with you on anything.
Please do.
The county commissioner is an elected official.
It is.
So you're not an employee of the county, you're an employee of really the people in my mind.
Correct.
So that's what, you're a part-time elected official.
Correct.
Where you are the full-time, and that's why you do not have a vote.
Right.
You don't vote on anything. We vote on everything financially, and then we tell you, of course you present it to us and say, this
Right.
is what I'd like, this is what makes sense, but obviously we make our decision.
Right.
And we look into what you provide us.
And there's plenty of discussion all around there.
Sure.
And as long as there's discussion, it's not I walk in there with an idea or a theory or a proposal, and everybody walks in and says, no, you can't do that. That's not how it's supposed to be.
No, but unfortunately you have 15, we have a lot of commissioners.
And that's fine.
So that's where your relationship with each one of these commissioners is going to be. You're going to have to be very, very, it's difficult. Because in essence, I know that there was a mayor that I remember that was saying, hey, I'm the mayor and I work for the commission, which that's actually a good approach.
It is.
You know, it's a good approach because obviously you're bringing what you want to accomplish to the commission, and I think if more people had that idea that that's how things should work, might be a little bit easier for everyone to get together and get along.
I can agree with that, but I also want, you know, we all have to agree to disagree on law.
Sure, absolutely. Well, there was like the law of 1981, which was more consolidated finance, which would be great for it would be great for a mayor, you know, because you're hiring basically an accountant to run the affairs of the county.
That's right.
Your bailiwick obviously is not accounting, but you're the CFO, right? So it would be very helpful to have that.
It would be.
So, but well,
I was going to say, this is, I'll be out of town next week. So this is certainly the last time we'll interview you before early voting starts.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and make your closing?
Okay. Early voting starts next week. I mean, you're going out of town right in time for it.
I am.
Y'all, I want your support, and I want your vote. I'm going to be transparent, everything I do. As y'all can tell, by going and watching my porch talks, looking at my page, I don't block anybody. I don't tell anybody what they can and can't say. That's how it's going to be when I'm mayor. I'm going to have a website for Marion County. You can put on there what you want. You can ask me questions on it. I'm going to have town hall meetings. I'm going to be with the people. I want y'all to know I'm here for y'all. I'm bringing the experience with me. I've already gone through one growing city and now I'm in another. And I've got the experience to back up what I'm saying. Taxpayer money is going to be spent correctly and wisely. We are going to go after grants that we don't have to pay back, period. Which that means it costs the taxpayers zero. And there are grants like that. And there's a lot of them that we do not apply for here in Marion County. But I want your vote. Please look at my pages. I appreciate your time.
Tim, thank you. Thank you very
much.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for tuning in to Marion County Messenger. Sorry it couldn't be live tonight. I'll try to figure out what the problem is there. And we'll see you next time.